Hey everybody, so I'm here just to briefly discuss the season finale of the television series Greenleaf. I wasn't really intending on getting on here and discussing the final episode, but I just wanted to draw attention to the performance of the actress Lynn Whitfield in this particular episode. But to be honest, all the actors and actresses that have participated in the making of this television series has done an outstanding job, and Lynn Whitfield is no exception. Throughout the run of this series, I believe she has done a excellent job of making the character Lady May who she is. She is a woman of poise. She is the matriarch of her family. She is a woman of class, elegance, softness when necessary, firmness when necessary. Like the woman is just amazing, very spiritual, level-headed. She has her moments that we learned that she was not, at all perfect, but she was definitely a wonderful example of a matriarch of a family. And in this final episode of season 5, episode 8, we see Lady May return to Calvary Church to give this wonderful, I guess you could say, sermon or speech in memory of Bishop James, because unfortunately we do learn at the beginning of this episode that Bishop Greenleaf, excuse me, I'm calling him by his first name, Bishop Greenleaf, did pass away from this massive stroke that he had in a prior episode, which many of us were speculating that was probably what was going to happen because of the fact that we knew the show was approaching its end. So in this episode, again, Lady May delivers this wonderful sermon, and in my opinion, it's a monologue delivered by the actress Lynn Whitfield, and it is outstanding. Now, it was just the prior episode I was giving the actor Keith David props for his role as Bishop Greenleaf and the monologue that he delivered on season 5, episode 7. So here comes season 5, episode 8, and we're getting another outstanding monologue by another actress or another actor on the TV show Greenleaf, and this time it is by the actress Lynn Whitfield. Now, Lynn Whitfield, she's no stranger to this big screen, okay? She's done movies and television shows such as Silverado, The Women of Brewster Place, Eased by You, A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And if I was to sit here and continue to name off all the shows that she has participated in, I would be sitting here for quite a long time. She has been in countless films as well as television series, and her acting is just absolutely sensational. To me, she was able to bring that kind of class and grace to the character Lady May, because as a person herself, and from what I've seen throughout the years, not only with her acting but also with her interviews, her herself is a woman of class and grace, and I just truly admire Lynn Whitfield. One day I have to really get back on here and give flowers to the actors and actresses that we don't normally see get celebrated in the mainstream award shows and things like that, and Lynn Whitfield would definitely be one of those actresses I would have to do that for. But in the meantime, I wanted to just shed some light and acknowledgement on her role in this show since it has come to an end. Like I said, all the actors and actresses that have participated in this television series has done an outstanding job. Gigi, who is played by the actress Merle Dandridge, has done a great job as like one of the main faces that we constantly see. And when this show opened, I thought the show was going to be like really like she was the main character and it was surrounded on her, and it kind of was like, this show really was about the character Gigi, and Merle Dandridge did a great job with holding her end of the show, with holding her place, and really embodying stage presence. And that's why I probably felt like, the show was about her, but I think the show did a good job with balancing most of the characters. While we understood that the show was kind of centered around Gigi and how it opened up on the very first episode of Gigi returning back home after not being there for years, and she returned because of the death of her sister. We know that it's going to be about her, but then we got to meet these other characters and really get into their lives. The brother Jacob, the sister Charity, the wife of Jacob, Carissa, the daughter of Jacob, Zora, and as well as Grace's own daughter, Sophia. Like we got introduced to all these characters other than Gigi. And it seemed like, many of them shared just throughout the seasons, just about the same amount of screen time, and if not almost the same amount of screen time. So we were able to learn a lot about these characters and really start to care for these characters, whether we loved them or hated them. But either way, I really believe that the entire cast did a great job. They worked well together. The chemistry was definitely there, and it was believable. It was a family. I mean, this last episode was very emotional for those of us, who have been following the show, or at least me personally. I can speak for myself when I say that, yes, this last episode was so emotional because of the fact that I've gotten used to Bishop Greenleaf, and I've watched him grow throughout the seasons to what he had come to be. And in my opinion, I never found Bishop Greenleaf to be problematic at all. It always seemed like he came from a place of genuineness, but we got to also watch the other characters grow as well. And I almost forgot to mention that two of the characters that we also got to experience their growth on screen was the character AJ, which is Gigi's estranged son who returns. And then also we have Noah, who is Gigi's former lover, high school lover, whatever you want to call him, from back in the day, and also is AJ's father. And we get to see AJ grow within a span of the 2 seasons that he's been on the show. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's been about 2 seasons. We get to see him grow from wanting to end his life and just run away completely to becoming acquainted with the family and starting to really feel accepted by the family, and feeling accepting of the family, and watching him even go as far as to get saved in this episode, which if you watch the previous episode or the prior episodes, he was becoming very, how can I put it? He was beginning to develop a relationship with Bishop Greenleaf. And I believe it was that bond between a grandson and a grandfather. And it was a very special bond. And it sucks because, it ended very quickly, but it definitely left an impression on AJ. And I believe that, even though these are just fictional characters that we're discussing, I believe it's very relative to what could happen if it hasn't already happened in real life, where, someone can begin to build that bond with an estranged family member, but eventually that family member may leave that person too soon, but that impression is still left there. And so we definitely see how Bishop Greenleaf his passing does affect AJ as well. So watching him pass and then watching the characters go through their emotions over his passing was very hard to do. It almost seemed like you're watching your own family, or maybe even distant relatives go through something like this, and you don't want them to go through something like this, so you feel their pain. So anyway, that's how these actors and actresses just did an outstanding job with really making these characters relatable and likable and unforgettable, to say the least. Now, I will say this, according to a website called bustle.com, there is rumors that there will be a spinoff to the television series Greenleaf. What that spinoff will be about and when it will premiere is uncertain, but because the show had done so well on the Oprah Winfrey Network, the spinoff is allegedly a go. So I would say if you are a fan of Greenleaf and you can't get enough, I would definitely suggest looking out for the spinoff. It will be interesting to see what it will be about and who will actually be a part of that spinoff. But other than that, I'm very satisfied with how this final episode ended, unlike some rushed season finales or series finales. I really feel like they did a great job with Greenleaf. Some things may have seemed rushed, but I think it was very complete. It did not feel like it was rushed to the point where it was unbelievable. It was very believable and very complete and very satisfying and very realistic, to say the least. So that's it. I guess I gave about much commentary as I was planning on doing so. So let me know what you all think about the series finale of Greenleaf, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.